and it's called New Year's Challenge. Get ready to inspire Alejandro.
Last Monday, as I was getting ready to come to the meeting, I was supposed to give my 10th speech. But I received a call from one of my family, a close friend from my family. He has been diagnosed for cancer for about 4 years, and they called me and told me he was feeling awful. So I didn't think twice about it, and I left everything I have behind to go be with that person. Because I feel it's very important to be there when somebody needs your help. And the first thing I saw when I got there was him offering me a smile. After everything this guy has been through, he gives such a good vibe and just smiles and gives positive attitude. And that taught me that you always have to see silver lining in no matter what. It's already October. The year has passed by flying. Can any of you remember every single day of the year, or did it just fly by?
Yeah.
Any of you in the New Year's, you say, oh, I want to learn how to do that, I want to learn how to do this. Well, have you learned how to play the guitar you wanted? Or have you lost those 5 pounds you said you were going to lose last year's New Year's resolution? Madam Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. As you see, in our New Year's resolution, we always have all of these ideas. But as time passes, they start degrading, and little by little, they become disintegrated. And before we know it, it's October, and we forgot about it. When I was 19 years old, I was playing a video game from a Nintendo called Brain Age. What does this game consist of? It consists of different brain challenges that forces you to act in different ways. So they play Sudoku, they have other ones to focus, they have some little memory games, etc. And in this game, it states that the maximum potential of your brain is like 20 years old. I was 19, so I thought to myself, I have to do something about it. 20 years old. So I treated it like if I was going to die at 20. Was I going through a midlife crisis? Possibly. So I did what anybody would do. I sent my sister to the other side of the world and focused on improving myself and making my maximum potential. So before starting, I had to make some rules. I treat it like a science experiment. After all, I'm more in the science field, so I like this method. I needed some rules. I needed a time span, because if not, I noticed that every time I wouldn't do anything if I didn't have a time span. So for example, I said, I'm going to read 30 pages a day. If I didn't do it, the next day I will skip it, then I'll start again, and after a while I'll just forget about it. Something that I noticed when I started doing the challenges is that they were hard just at the beginning. Just starting, just getting up. But after a while, they started becoming easier and easier. And keeping consistency was the point that got me through them. And after a while, I started achieving more and more challenges, faster and faster, until I realized I didn't have any more. My list was not even that long. So what did I do? I started getting inspirations from others. But one day I was watching TV and I saw some guy juggling. And I thought to myself, oh, I could do that, I'll give it a try. After 3 days, I learned how to juggle. Is that useful? I don't know. But I know how to do it. Now you guys may laugh, but I bet if I ask every single person in this room who can juggle, only 1 or 2 people are going to raise their hands.
You didn't count on that.
Alright, then less than 10%. Therefore, there are things that are not that significant, but when you achieve them, it gives you a lot of happiness. Now, it's frustrating to go through it, but you have to set certain goals and maintain them. Something else that I noticed is that I have to complete what I tell myself to do during the day. So let's say I want to run 10 miles, right? I have to do it in a certain time span. So in 3 months. In order to achieve that, I can't just start running 10 miles the first day. Because what's going to happen, my body's going to get sore, and the next day I'm not going to want to get up from the bed. If I start little by little and I divide everything into little small fractions, I could increase every single time. Until finally, before I know it, I'm running 10 miles without a problem. So your goals, your challenges, when you set something big, you see it as a huge thing. But once you divide it and you set it small amounts in your life, you're going to see that it's nothing more than just following procedures. And you could achieve anything you want. Now, I also noticed that when you achieve more realistic and smaller goals, it was easier for you to achieve them. If you set something so large and crazy, it was not able to stick in your routine. So the smaller the goals are, the more likely they are to stick to your routine. Now, there's nothing wrong with trying to go for an adventurous, crazy dream. However, you just have to keep in mind that you're not going to do that every single day. So it's nice to go for big dreams, but also for small ones. So when the end of the year comes, you guys have something to say, whoa, I didn't waste my time. Another year passed by, but I actually remember some things. After achieving goals, I remember that I saw life in a more creative way, and more visual. For example, I was able to remember what I did last week, what I did 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a month. From that year, I know I have such a picture memory of it because I was able to achieve so many things that it sticks to your mind. Now, what happens when you guys go through a routine every single day? Your body is an organism that is very efficient. So it's not going to waste, let's say, brain power, brain energy, on doing the same thing if you know how to brush his teeth with the same hand. It's not going to waste new memory because it's a waste of time. Therefore, it puts like this cruise control in your life. And time goes by, and a week goes by, and what did you guys do last Wednesday? How about the Wednesday before and the Wednesday before? Maybe you remember, maybe some of you do. But how about 365 days? And that's only 1 year. When you do different activities and challenges, your life changes in the way that you remember more and you're going to have a more fulfilling life. Because time flies. And when you're small, the reason why you remember it is because you have a shorter life. So 1 day is, let's say, 10% of your life. After a year, it's 165 times of your life. But after 20 years, 30, 40 years, your life every day starts getting shorter in your mind. Therefore, everything starts getting like into bundles. And your life just seems like it just flew by. And then, it's gone. That's it. So stop being so conformist and try to challenge yourself in anything. I don't care if it's juggling. I don't care if it's learning how to tie a shoe with your other foot. It could be anything. Just try to do something new. Try to do something new. I once saw a concert of a guy playing guitar with his feet. I found it amazing. And I bet if you set yourself for the challenge and start practicing little by little, you'll be able to achieve it. I guarantee that the next 30 days of your life are going to happen no matter what, whether you like it or not. But there's a difference. If you get up and you make a challenge and you try for at least 30 days, you're going to see a life-changing experience. And if you need a partner, call me. I'll go ahead and try the challenge with you guys.